Welcome back, people. This one's just going to be a very quick one to get someone who has never done Bootstrap before up and running with Bootstrap with basic components and going through the components and touching them, and maybe even we might touch on some CSS and changing a few elements. What I've done to prep for this is inside my downloads, I should have the Bootstrap Dinsed CSS, which if I open it up, which is this one, and you double click it, you get a whole, you got the JS versions, and there's the JS if you want it, but actually you just download the CSS. This top one is the CSS source file, right? So there's the min version, and that's the full version. I'm going to need this later on when I want to touch different things, and you can highlight it and then open that with Visual Studio Code, and you'll get this whole thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's quite a hefty file. Now, to search for anything within this file, I'll show you now anyway, because I did it. If you're using Visual Studio Code, you click on this search feature. You type in this search feature, and I've already searched for it. So click in nav, and then go. Is it nav bar? Yeah, it's nav bar. And you've got these links. You've got all these things down here. If I find the thing that I want, navbar navbar text, navbar toggle icon, SN, navbar expand. Then you got these bang color. Click on that, and it jumps to that within the code. You see, it's jumped. If you look where my mouse is, you got this massive code window to the right. It's showing me this is where it is. So if I did want to change, say, the navbar color from white to whatever, brand color from white to something else, I can change it within this. Or what you could do is grab all this code, right, and put it inside your CSS file, your cascading style sheets. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I just wanted to show that it's very easy to find something within this massive file that is absolutely huge. It just keeps on going and going. So to find the thing that you need to find, use this feature over here. Either way, let's get rid of this one. Let's get started. Where are we going to get started? We don't need this now. Yeah, what else did I download? In the downloads, I also downloaded an update for GIMP. I also downloaded the Bootstrap. Where's the file gone for that then? The Dinsed examples. I also downloaded the examples for Bootstrap, and these are ideas and other bits and bobs that you can grab on. So let's go. I think it was Jumbotron I tried when I was learning Bootstrap. Jumbotron. There it is. Jumbotron. If you then click on the link inside, you click on the file, you get this like cards you can just plug and play, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing, plugging and playing. So let's get started. Let's get rid of all these things we don't need. Let's click in. Remember that folder, my websites folder? I've done all these bits before, but we're going to create a new folder within here. New folder, and I'm gonna name this website Sunnydays dash Airlines, and that's my new website. That's just what I'm going to be working with and doing today. So to make sure that we're in that, I'm using Visual Studio Code for my thingy, so I should be able to open folder. Inside, no, I won't go to desktop, go to my websites, then I won't go to Sunnyday Airlines, there it is, select folder, and okay, there's nothing in here. Yes, trust the author's folder, yes, thank you. So we need to get rid of this screen. We need to create a new file, so file, new text file. There it is. We can get, don't worry about that now. Where do we get started? Well, in Bootstrap, in the getting started section, yeah, quick start, getting started with Bootstrap, that's the basic, yeah. But if you want to include everything, there it is. You just grab this, you just press copy this to clipboard, dunk, that's that done. Open this up, paste it in there, right? Save this as index.html, yeah? Inside Sunny Airlines at the top, you see that? My websites, Sunny Airlines, index.html, save. And that's it. So essentially, if we open that folder up, it won't loop anything. I don't think it will loop as anything anyway. Let's have it open, because then I can see the thingies. Open up the folder, open up this, check it, and now we're into Bootstrap. That is a Bootstrap website all done. That's it. Let's go home. There you are. No, what I'm going to do now is check out the code inside Visual Studio, and you can see that it's just got an h1 tag. But I know with Bootstrap you have to use some sort of container. We're into containers, aren't we? So I'll change the title to Sunnydays Airlines and save that. That's the title of the website. Job done. We don't really want that h1 tag there. So basically inside my body now I've got absolutely nothing. So save that. Let's see that change. If it doesn't change, press the refresh button, and now we've got Sunnydays Airlines at the top. Okay, that's that done. So I know inside Bootstrap that we use some sort of container. So how do you know where to go, what to do? Well, inside Bootstrap's thing here, if you come down to components and layout, it's containers. So click on the layout containers and you'll come to these things, and there's lots of stuff. That's a default container, blah blah blah. I want responsive containers, but my first overall main container, I want it to be that one, because then it goes full width. So I'm going to copy that out. I'm going to put that into my container here and paste it. Get rid of these three dots, bring these back up so that it's nice and neat. Return that, bring that down. So then if this is it, I've now got a Bootstrap container here. Now what I want is a design the website. At the moment, if I press save, go back to our Sunny Airlines website, and nothing's changed because there's no content, right? So we need to think about navigation. Of course it is. So how are we going to get navigation in there? Well, if you go down on your their layouts, and you can we're going to look at some of these things in a minute anyway. You've got your content if you want to look at different bits, forms, and then this thing called components, yeah, these different components, and you can just plug and play them. So we want to go to the nav bar, okay, and you can read all this stuff if you want. I've read it all anyway, and I think I do need that one. Brand, that's the brand class. Image, all kinds, image and text. Then you're looking at different navs and different systems, blah blah blah. I want something that looks a bit like with a search form in it. Yeah, something like that. Then you got color schemes. Then you're looking at containers, blah de blah de blah. Okie dokie. Scrolling, whatever. Responsive behaviors. This is the one I want, sort of. Okay, I want something like that. But where are we? External content, off canvas. That's a new thing they've added, off canvas, and CSS variables. So I'm assuming It's something like that, with the brand name shown on the left and toggle on the right. That could be what I want. To check that that's the one I want, right? If you minimize your window, right, this is the one I'm looking at. If I then do this, the toggle's on the right. Ah, that's what I want. So we now know, if I just copy this out, copy that, and put that inside my fluid container as the nav, would that work? Let's see. I've just saved it. So if I press this and go to my airlines and press this, we've now got the navigation. You can just see it there. Nav bar, home, disabled. And if I was to do this, yeah, there it is. It saved it. But it's put it on the left hand side, and then it switched to the brand on this side. It doesn't matter. I'm happy with that, people. That's it. There's the navigation. But do I want everything, this part, the navigation, to be in, all the way to the edge, or do I want it inside? Do you know what I mean? So I might have the navigation. Yeah, I do actually. I want the navigation to hit the edge of the screen all the way, but then I also want some content, yeah, the container fluid for all of it, and that's where this navigation is sitting. But underneath this div, which should be the container div, yeah, there is the container div. So if I just copy that out, come on, if I copy that container, yeah, and then come down to the bottom, right, and go above that container, yeah, and bring that down, and bring it, and then paste that in, and get rid of this fluid stuff, return it, press div. I've got now a container nested inside of the container fluid of the overall rider, this one here. So if I put a little bit of content in here, let's put a p tag in there for argument's sake. Let's go and grab some text from Lipsum. If I type in Lipsum, it should be there somewhere. Lipsum. Ah, there it is. Thank you. Good old favourites. Come on then, work. So let's grab this here. Yeah, I accept. Go away. No, I don't want all that gump. I want this. Just this. Thank you. Copy that out. Put that inside my p tag. Let's return it. P it. Come to the bottom. I can now just copy that p tag. Copy. Come inside that single container. Okay, save. Now I'm assuming when I press refresh, the content will start a bit over here somewhere. It should do. And there it is, people. Can you see that it's now it's got this gap over here? Can you see my mouse moving? Then this gap over here isn't over there. Their containers, Bootstrap's container, will contain the content with like margin to the right, margin to the right, thingy. I can't scroll. Let's see what happens when we do scroll. So we're going to need to add some more content. So to do that, we're going to copy all those P's, copy, just for argument's sake, just to see if it scrolls. So save. You can design that, and I'm just having a little play around. So yeah, the footer doesn't stick. It's not a sticky foot. It's not what's it called? As nav bar that sticks. Maybe I want it to stick. I don't know. But right now we've got some content in there. We've got this navigation. We want a footer. So how can we implement a footer? So we need navbar So if we go down on this length, there should be, oh, haven't we got a footer? Don't we have a footer? Can't we have a footer? So I'm gonna have to go to, okay, where's the footer? Normally you got nav bar, headers and footers. Right. If we go back into the folders and go into my downloads, then go into the examples folder and go into here, there's footers. There's a folder called footers. If I click on footers and go and click on it, footers, and you can then look at all the different styles of footers that you can actually have. And you know what, I like this one here. So if you look at this, that's 1 footer, 2 footer, that's number 3 footer. Let's try and implement 3 footer. Do I like number 2? Do I like number 1? I kind of like number 1, that logo there. So okay, let's close that down. Let's open up the footer index inside Visual Studio Code. Yes, open. Thank you. Forget what this is, all this code for the index for the footers and all that sort of stuff. We're just interested in the code itself. So it looks like, right here. Drop position, fixed bottom, button primary, drop down, none, view box. Normally it tells you which footer you're looking at. So it says there, container flex, what's B example divider div container. Okay, it doesn't tell me which one I'm looking at, does it? A B example divider. Well, where's link text pixel 2? Width doesn't actually tell me which one's. Normally it tells me which one it is. So looking at this, I'm going to assume it's the first one I need. So it's there, div class container. I'm assuming that's a divider. So the first one in, isn't it? Justified links container. It's this one. It's this one, isn't it? It's the first container. So that would be this one? Yes or no? I think it is. Let's do it. Let's copy that out and put that into our HTML at the bottom. Whoa! Now we don't want to be inside the standard container, we want to be inside the fluid container, and we'll put that in and we'll save. And hopefully people, when I look at Sunnydays, press this, come to the bottom, hey, I've got a logo, I've got a footer, people. Look, there it is, a footer, and it works. Job done. There's a footer. It's inside. I put it inside a container. Hang on. If I want that to stretch, if I want this container, because it's in it. See, you got this container fluid is overriding, is the all of everything, but I wanted just the navigation to be fluid all the way across the board, and it is fluid anyway by copy and pasting, and I put that inside a fluid container. This stuff, which is this text or these paragraphs, they're contained in just a container. That means it will have padding, margin, all that stuff going on. And for some reason, there, if I was to change that to fluid, dash fluid, right, and save that now, and then refresh, I'm assuming that this footer will stretch to the full width. And there it is, people. It's now stretched to the full width. That's exactly what I want. but I also would like a little bit of padding between this thing here and the contents. It's too close to the bottom, isn't it? So let's look at the code. Div class container fluid. We might need to stick a CSS rule in here to do that. Okay. So we need to create a new file and then save as inside this one and call it style.css, and we go yes please, I want that. So now it's saved as a style CSS. If I've just forgotten how to link it, so link link CSS to HTML. There it is. And then if you go to this one, I always go to this. If you forget something, don't worry about it, people. Visit this website, find the thing that you need to look at, and move on. Internal CSS. So you could put it in internal, but then having external is what we need. So we just copy that out there. Thank you. Copy. Go to my code. Now remember, if you go to HTML, you've got this link to go to the Bootstrap CSS. Underneath this is where you are going to put your link, because you want it to be cascading. So that link there it's going to load in. Well, actually, you're going to change that to style CSS. What you do is it's going to load all the Bootstrap stuff in first, and it will render all of that. If you want to change Bootstrap and give it your flavors and your styling and your colors, or do some changes to Bootstrap to fit in with the brand or the color scheme that you're doing, you need to create a style sheet and make sure that your style sheet is the last inside that list, because then it will load then your list, and your code will override Bootstraps. That's the theory. Okay, or if you just press save bill, we're going to create a dot footer curly brace. Are we inside? Yes. And we want a margin top, and we're going to have what? Should we go 30 pixels? I think that should do us, mate. Dot footer. Save that. Now go back to your HTML. Look at this. Yeah. Dot container fluid. That's not it. Muppet. Is that right? Is that the bottom? And then container. And then here, where you got container fluid for the footer, we're going to put a space, and then you put dot, and then you go footer. There it is. And that should give me the spacing that I required, or want anyway. So it's there's that spacing now. I assume that will work. No, it didn't. It didn't work. Why not? Dot footer should work. Should work. Should it? Does it need a comma there, and bring that, and then press save? Could do. Let's try that. Okay, that didn't actually do anything I wanted to. Okay, let me get rid of that and change that and put that. Let's try that one. Does that change it? No. I wonder if that footer has already been taken by something else. Do you know what I mean? They might have that as part of their thing. If that is the case, we'll change this to something obscure, like FTR. So FTR, I'm going to add that to it. Save. What are you doing? Now let's have dot ftr to that, save. Have I done that right? I don't need you, son. I want to open this one up. Margin top 30 pixels. Looks good to me. Why isn't that working? Should do. That there is FTR, so it should work. No. I'll have to research that one then. Dear, dear, dear. That should work. Or we could do it a different way. Container. Why can't that work? Alright then. I'll create my own div. div class ftr. I'll wrap it in my ftr then. That ends, what does that end? That div there, so return end div. That ends the ftr div. Right. Now then. It has done it. It has moved it. Not very much though, but it did move. So let's up the 30 pixels. Right. To 200 pixels. Save. Now we'll see it move. Hey. There it goes, people. There you go. I've got it to work. That's what we're doing. You're just having a little play. Don't like this, don't like that, change it. So I want some padding here. I don't like this text right close up to the header. You see it? It's touching, it's too close. I don't like that. So I'm going to create another div, and wrap the nav in that. I'm going to name it ed. Just ed. That'll do. Ed. And then instead of margin top, I'm going to change it to margin bottom 200 pix. Okay, save. I don't know if this is going to work, people. Just trying it out. Where am I going? Of course we want the HTML and we want to wrap the navigation in it. Container fluid, body, then this navigation, isn't it? It's the navigation I want to wrap in. So return that down, add a div, div, the class of HED, paste, get rid of that, move that down to the bottom of the div section. What is that div? That ends that div. That ends the nav. So underneath that nav closing tag, I close a div. Press this. Let's just check that CSS. Margin bottom 200 pix. I've saved everything. So I'm assuming that now should jump down. Is that me? Hey, look at this. It works. Bit much that, isn't it? Let's tweak that to, let's go 60 pix. Save. And then we can press this. Yeah, that's a bit more breathing space. Probably a bit less. So we'll go half that and go 30. Yeah. Then we'll check that out. There, we've got a bit of breathing space. You can hardly see that. I want to change the colour of this nav bar. You know what I mean? So at the moment the nav bar is light, isn't it? But I want to change it to dark. Can we change it to dark? It says body, fluid, button, Where's the navbar dark active? There should be a navbar dark. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, people. We'll go and have a look at the navbar dark colour schemas. external content, off canvas. There should be, there it is, off canvas dark navbar, navbar dark, they are. If I just grab that navbar dark there and copy, and I paste that into my code, into this one here, right, it should say navbar expand, but we'll go navbar and then paste that into there and press save. I should have a dark navbar in Sunny Airlines. What have I done wrong? That didn't work, did it? Navbar dark, navbar expand. Why can't I put it in there? Why can't it work there? Ah, there. Sorry, it's got to be a navbar toggler. Okay, navbar brand, navbar, navme. Bloody hell, where are you? Of course, is that is the nav? I'm on the right one. I'm on the right one. So why can't it go there? Navbar expand, LG. How do you get it to be dark? Why did it DDS toggle collapse? What's over this side here? What's it got? Nothing. Aerial controls, target. There's a lot of gumps there, and I want to go dark, but it won't let me go dark. So why can't I put navbar dark in there? Maybe it's DBA's target. So if I press, did I press save? Let's try and get it back. Yeah, save. Let's get it back. Thank you. Come on now, show me. There's a DBS target, isn't there? I swear it's DBS target. SAS variables, SAS loops. Okay, let's go for. There's something here. There's something I'm missing to make it go dark, and we can make it go dark. I know you can. Yeah. Okay. Fair dues. Yeah. And it says brand, fair dues, image text, nav. Does that say? No. The answer's here. I know it is. It just is. Forms. Okay. Navbar. Text. Come on. Color schemes. Here we go, people. New navbars. We've depicted navbar dark in favor for the new data BS theme dark. Added it to the navbar to enable. So, if I grab this, all of this to the navbar, copy, just following the instructions, people. So could I then put that before it or after it? So I'll put it there. Oh, okay, get rid of that thing. Get rid, you need one more, don't you, there? Is that right? Is that me? No, it needs one there to okay, where do you add it? Let me have a look at that again. Come on. Show me the code, man. Show me the code. Navbar BG dark. Ah, okay. BG dark. And then data BS theme dark. After the classes. Oh, right. Hang on. Let me try this again, people. So you do this. Space. There, look at that. And then background dark. I think he did that. Is that right? BG and then dark. Is that correct? Let's have a look. Yeah, BG dark. That there. So if I've done that correct and press save. Here we go, people. Well, let me in then. Oh, look at this! It's got itself a dark number. But I don't like all this padding crap here. What's all this? Little things stop you. Yes, I might do that to the footer, but or leave it. But I think, what we on? What's the time? The time is, yeah, what are we? We've had 35 minutes. So, basing it on what I've done so far, people, and explain to you, I will change this. I can change this colour anything I want. Do you know what I mean? And change the text anything I want via looking at the CSS files and stuff. I will show you that next time, where we'll add some cards and other components, and we'll finish off the design for this website. This is going to be a series of videos where we play around with Bootstrap's components and play around with the CSS, and I'm still learning bits and bobs myself, and I knew that it was BG Dark and it this, that, the other, but they've added this new Data BS theme dark. That's great, but you can still change the colour scheme of it if you wanted to, or you could put your own sort of colour in yourself. I may need to delete this to give it my own colour. How are you going to find out the colour that you require? Well, if you open up GIMP, which is luckily it's already open, and you want to get your HTML colours, you can just double click on this thing here. It opens this window, and this window, can I drag it? Yeah, you've got the CMYK colours over here, but you've got HTML notation window here. HTML notation. I like this green, so I'm going to copy that green out. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to nip back to my code. I'm going to nip into the CSS. I'm going to nip to the top, so I can have an overriding. I'm just going to write BODY, paste it. I'm going to go background color, hashtag, and then paste that number in that I just copied, and you can see that it's gone green. There it is. So that green 23DF3B is the same one in GIMP. We'll load then. There it is. There's that number. You can see it there. Do you know what I mean? That is the same as that. So get rid of this thing. I'm going to save this just to see what that looks like in Sunny Airlines. There it is, people. I've now changed the colour to this funky green. You can do that with all components inside Bootstrap, so it's fully customizable. It just is. So we're going to have another little play around with some more components, and in the next episode, in the next part, look at some CSS styles, probably make mistakes, hit roadblocks. I've got to overcome it, and we're going to carry on building Sunnydays Airlines website. So come back next time, and I look forward to hearing your comments, suggestions, or whatever. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye now. Bye.